Hi everybody, I'm back and welcome to Hey What's Cooking. So as I mentioned, now I'm cooking dinner and today I'll be cooking clay pot chicken rice. Okay, so here's what you need. You need rice. Okay, so this rice is Thai jasmine brown rice. Okay, so it's long grain. Okay, it's long grain rice. Okay, I'll explain to you the difference between long grain rice and short grain rice and how much water to put. Okay, yeah, and you need chicken wings. Right, you need ginger, salt, yeah, white pepper, sesame oil, tamari sauce. So tamari sauce acts like a soy sauce, okay? So it's the good thing about tamari sauce is this. It's a gluten-free soy sauce. So this is the brand I use and I absolutely swear by it. It's amazing. I have cooked with soy sauce before and the taste of the ordinary soy sauce is somewhat rather flat. But with this, it gives an extra oomph to it and it's fantastic. That's all I can say. And the other one that you need would be the sake. All right, so it's the brand that I use is Gekkeikan sake. So do if you are shopping on online or if you are shopping in a grocery shop, yeah, do take note that there are different types of sake, of course. Just as there are different types of wine, cooking wine. So for sake, just use an ordinary sake, not the sweet ones, okay? Because this is an ordinary cooking wine or just ordinary sake. Or if you're going to Asian market, you could use like Asian cooking wine, okay? So all right. So I'm going to speak to both audience, okay? From Singapore or Asia or from the USA, okay? So in US, you can get this in Smith's or in any other grocery shop, or in Singapore, you can look for just cooking wine, okay? There are tons of cooking wine. And of course, you need mushrooms. Hang on, let me show you. Dried mushrooms. So you can get these dried mushrooms, the black ones, the dried ones, from Asian market. All right, and as you can see, they have this kind of texture. Yep. So dried mushrooms. Okay. So today we're gonna cook clay pot chicken rice. So okay, let me give you a background of what this dish is. Okay, so in Singapore or in Malaysia or in South Asia, we have the famous dish clay pot rice. Okay, so why is it called clay pot rice? Because it's pot that is made of clay and they cook it over a slow fire for the rice and ingredients. And I'm telling you, it's amazing. The taste is so good because all the different kinds of flavor go into the rice and oh my god, you are transported to heaven when you taste it. Okay, so somebody has asked me, so if I don't have a clay pot, how do I cook if I want to cook clay pot chicken rice or clay pot dishes? Clay pot chicken rice. How do I cook it? So have no fear. You can use an ordinary rice cooker. Okay? So let me explain. Okay? So first you have to take. So for me, because I don't take that much rice as I am on low carbs diet, for vanity's sake, yeah. So for some of you, okay, yeah, all right. for those of you who eat more rice, you can use 1 cup. Okay, so here's the ratio, all right? And it's important to take note. So there's a difference. For medium and long grain rice, you need to use about 2.5 cups of water. Okay, 2.5 cups of water. So why is it so? Because it takes a longer time to soak, and if you use too little water, the rice will become very hard. Okay, now however, on the other case, conversely, for short grain rice, okay, like some American rice, short grain rice, you need only, okay, so if you have, let's say, 1 cup of rice, okay, 1 cup of rice, you need only 2 cups of water. That's it. Don't need to put so much water. I make the mistake because I'm so used to putting in like 2.5 cups of water. So when I bought some rice recently that was short grain, unfortunately I put too much water, which ended my rice being so soggy and yucky. You don't want that, okay? So remember that, okay? Long grain rice, remember that you need more water, and short grain rice, you need less water. So that's it. Okay, so what you need to do is that put the rice in the cooker, all right? And then you wash it, okay? All right? So, and okay, but first, beforehand, let me marinate the chicken. Okay. Now, I have here 3 pieces of chicken wings. So it depends how much you want to eat. Let's say modestly for this dish, you can have like 2 pieces of chicken wings per person. Let's say you have 2 people, then you have 4 pieces of chicken wings. So it's up to you, all right? So when you're when you're cooking chicken, it's very important, especially to make a slit at the side, okay? Make a slit, all right? This side, okay? And this side. Why do you need to do that? So that when you marinate the chicken and leave it in the fridge, the flavor gets soaked in, okay? Okay, let me do it again. Make a slit and make a slit. Okay. Oh yes, I forgot to mention. So when you are cooking chicken, do remember to remove, because sometimes for chicken wings you do find a little bit of feathers get stuck inside. So you can see these feathers got stuck. Okay, so you have to remove the feathers because you don't want your mouth to be like a mouthful of feathers when you're eating the chicken. It wouldn't be very pleasant. Okay, all right. Okay, so look at this one. No, there are no feathers. Okay, so make a slit. All right. Okay. Now, very important to take note that when you are cooking, especially be it Asian food or be it Western food, especially when you're cooking chicken or pork or seafood, it's important to marinate it with ginger, because chicken and pork and seafood, they have very strong smell, so that when you marinate it with ginger, it kind of takes out that weird smell or that weird taste. All right, so as I mentioned, you need ginger. Okay, so you cut the ginger into small bits. Okay, and then what you need to do is this. Let me put this aside so that I declutter the place. So what you need to do is that you need to pound it. Okay, pound the ginger, okay, in the pounder. okay? Or we call, the British has called it the mortar and pestle, okay? You can get this from Asian markets, all right? And it's perfect for pounding. So what you do is that you can see that there's ginger inside. I'm going to add a little bit of water, just a bit of water, and then I'm going to pound it. Okay, now, so this is how I have pounded it some earlier. This is how it looks like. Yeah, all right. So you add, okay, so what you do is that to marinate the chicken, okay, yeah, you need 1 tablespoon of ginger water. Okay, just go over it. Actually 1 tablespoon and a half. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit and a half. Okay, and a half. Okay, let me put just a little bit, half. Yep. Okay, that. Okay, and a little bit pepper. Okay, 1.5 tablespoon of tamari sauce. Okay, just a little bit, and you're good. Okay, and 1.5 tablespoon of sake. Okay, let me put 1.5. Okay, sake. And little bit. Okay, now you don't want to go crazy on the sesame oil. Okay, you don't want the chicken to be too oily, because as it is, the chicken has their own its own natural oils. Okay, so you don't want it to be too greasy, so you just want to add a little dash. Okay, just a bit, not too much, don't go crazy about it. Okay, just a bit. All right. I love the smell of sesame oil. Okay, and oops, I forgot to cut the mushrooms. Oh no. Okay, let me do that. And okay. Hang on. Oh, sorry. It's there. Oh yes, before I forget. Never ever use the same cutting board when you're cutting vegetables or garlic or ginger. This is for meat. This is, you can see my meat cutting board, and this is my veggie cutting board, or my garlic cutting board, or my ginger cutting board. Okay, so now for the dried mushrooms I mentioned, okay, just now. All right, so what you need to do is that before preparing this, okay, this dish, you need to have soaked the dried mushrooms. So yes, you can see it's like that, this kind of texture. Okay, so you need to soak it in hot water for 45 minutes. Okay, 45 minutes. So when you have soaked it, this is how it looks. Can you see that? It's a different texture. Yeah. All right. Okay. So some people have said that you cut off the stalks. And now, for me, I do not cut off the stalks, because the stalks have their own nutrition. So what I do is that I just snip off the little bit of the stalk. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I just snip it off. All right. Cut it. All right. Okay, you can cut it this way, or you can cut it into cubes. whatever works for you. I mean, I like cubes, you know. Then I just trim off the stalk a little bit because we want the nutrients, okay? There's a lot of nutrients in the stalk of the mushroom, okay? I can smell the mushroom, okay? Even when it's it's amazing. I love dried mushrooms. So when you soak it, you can see it's pretty soft, the texture, compared to mushrooms that like that, okay? Yeah, all right. So just make sure that you soak it for 45 minutes in hot water. It should be sufficient, okay? And then, okay, you can see that's the marinade. Can you see the sauce? Yep. Okay. Put in there. Put in there. Okay, let me put this aside so that I declutter the place. And then you marinate the chicken. Okay. Make sure it's nicely marinated. Okay. Okay, the mushrooms, the sauce. That's why I mentioned that it's important to slit it, because you know the sauce will mix with, you know, and it will go in, it will seep it into the chicken when you're cooking in the pot. Okay, so as I mentioned, okay, the rice, you can excuse me, you can use 1 cup of rice. Okay, yeah, all right. So if you are a small eater like me, you don't eat that much, you can reduce to half a cup of this. Okay, half a cup. And then half a cup of rice equals to 2 cups of water. Okay, and then you just mix it in. Okay, all right. You don't need to really wash this one too much, because go crazy and wash it, because it's the good part about this is that it's Thai jasmine brown rice. Okay, so not much washing. You just can rinse it one go at the sink with the water, and then you drain it and pour into the water, and pour this chicken into the rice cooker, and that's it. That's it. It's that easy. That's the recipe of clay pot chicken rice. Oh wait, guess what? I have cooked clay pot chicken rice earlier, and let me show you how it really looks. Can you see that? It smells so good. Can you see that? Yeah. So that's it. So if you are busy, let's say for example, if you have back-to-back Zoom meetings like me, like today I have a Zoom meeting, so I've got to cook this so that you know, I've got to eat early, you know, and this works as a very good dish. And in fact, this dish is very good. It's what the Chinese or the Singaporeans, we call it the one pot dish. Okay, so where you throw everything in. Imagine it. Imagine it's like a risotto. You know, like a seafood risotto, where you have the seafood and the risotto. Yeah, but this is the Asian version or the Singaporean version of risotto, and we call it the clay pot chicken rice. That's how easy it is to make. That, voila, that's it. There you have it. That's the recipe of clay pot chicken rice. And stay tuned for next week's dish, and look forward to this link. Okay, I will be running an online workshop this Friday at Pacific time, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. about change. Okay, and for Singapore audience, it will be on 17 October from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So it's actually concurrent. It's just that US, we are just 1 day behind, and Singaporeans, Singapore audience, you're just 1 day ahead, and that's it. There you have it. So look out for more recipes, more interesting tips, okay, in my next video next week. So have a nice week, have a wonderful week, and imagine all the wonderful possibilities. So see you next week. Bye. See ya.